Best practice is sometimes quite a contentious term in knowledge management circles. Very often people say there's no such thing as best practice. Practice is context specific. If you try and cling on to a practice thinking it's the best, it'll very soon be superseded. And I have seen people use that term best practice as an excuse not to learn. They'll say, oh, but I'm already applying best practice. I don't need to learn something from anybody else. You've got to be very careful when you're using the term best practice in organisations, but I think if you use it properly, it's not a problem. A best practice is a practice, it's the best practice you know at the moment to do a task in a particular context. A best practice is temporary. There will always be a better practice, but it's the best for now. A best practice will always be context specific. It's the best for this particular context for now. It may need to be adapted for other contexts. You would like people, when they face a challenge in a particular context, to look for the current best, the best way of doing it already, and then if necessary, to be able to evolve beyond that and find something better. So best practice is never static. It's a starting point. And I think if you can get this across to people in your organisations, that best practice is a starting point. It needs to be recorded. You need to have a record of that current best. You need to be able to find it. But you should always be challenged to innovate and improve beyond it. And of course, a best practice in another context may need to be adapted for your context. But why not find it? Why not find that best practice and use it as a starting point and then adapt? I think if you view best practice as temporary and context specific, then it becomes in fact a very useful concept that you can apply in knowledge management. You can apply this approach of building and continuously improving your context specific practices. And if you do that, then you've got a core of process, a core of practice, which you can continually improve, which will drive performance, which also continuously improves. And that, after all, is the goal of knowledge management, that continuous performance improvement.